Now that we have our journal printed out, here is our book cover. Here is our passport for the baby. You can mix and match pages, okay, in whatever, you don't need to line them up as they are numbered in the book, in the digital file, but so line them up how you would like. And you see the book cover itself is gonna be slightly larger than the passport itself, which is great. Now we're gonna need to make ourselves a pattern, the template with the holes. So I'm gonna cut out a strip probably about 2 inches wide. Here's my strip folded. The easiest way to start in the middle, find the center. So our page is 8.5. Okay. So if we want it in the middle, it's gonna be 4 1/4. So here's our 4 1/4 mark. Okay. And now be sure that your template does not include the empty fields that you're gonna be cutting off. Okay, 1 1/7. Okay, you can actually do, without measuring, you can actually do the same in here. You know, just mark it equally from the bottom, okay? Or you can measure it. I'll measure for you, so you would, so this one lines up on the mark of 7 3/8. So just get out your stapler. You're gonna need 2 hinges, okay? And we are just gonna mark it from our first mark, bottom. So that's the first hinge. And from the 7 3/8 we are gonna mark another hole for stapler. Okay, so that's that. So now we need to take a thicker needle. So at first punch or push through, you know, the needle in all holes. So for our book itself, line up the pages. Alright, so I secured all my pages with the paper clips, And now I'm gonna mark my holes. Or you can actually clip your template to it as well. Be sure it's all lined up. Okay. You're gonna need something cushiony underneath. You can use your computer mat or any other punching mats for stitching, or regular foam piece will work as well. Okay. And you're gonna punch the hole all the way through. Through all pages. However you can do that. And I'm having trouble because I don't have tools. So you want to go all the way through. So for our inserts, we are gonna only punch the 2 top ones and 2 bottom ones. We are not punching the middle. So continue with punching. Release one side, be sure, and feed through your stapler. Flip and close the stapler. Okay. Do the same on that side. Now you have your signature, your first signature, or only, or several signatures. Now you are ready to trim your pages to the size. So I trimmed it, you know, on a trimmer, but when I'm folding it, it's still slightly off. So as I said, I'm gonna be using an X-Acto knife. So I trimmed a little bit on the like a 1/4 of an inch on the top of a page and 1/4 of an inch of the bottom, because it was just slightly too large for my folder. You see, that way I have plenty of the field on top and on the bottom. Alright, so I laminated my folder, okay, and I rounded the corners and everything, and I added to my book cover basically I took out the staples and reattached it all back. So I wanted, you know, I want to have another book cover. I wanted it to be as a separate book that's gonna be attached in here so we can take it out. Okay, so now we need to line up our holes, right? So I'm gonna take our template. We did punch the holes, but after laminating they kind of closed up. Okay, take marker or pen, okay, line up your book cover, okay, and we're gonna be marking our holes. Okay, so here they are, all marked. Okay, now it's time to punch the holes. Will you use the hammer, the old school ones, or you can use the crocodile 2, and it's a bigger one. So you can put eyelets in your holes. You're gonna have 5 holes, or not, whichever. So you need to take a stretchy cord. I took about 32 inches lengthwise. I will show you how to kind of eyeball it. So here's my middle hole, and I'm folding my string in half with a loopy loop side here, facing here. Okay, so I'm kind of putting that loop slightly smaller than it should be. Okay, so because I laminated it, it would be just fine. You can actually close your book and see how it's gonna look. Okay, so that's that. So that would be your closure. Okay, then you're gonna be fitting through and through and back on itself, and the same in here, so you have plenty enough to tie, so your ends will be like this. Okay, so at this point we are gonna be feeding this through. Okay, we're feeding this through, and as I told you, I kind of measure it halfway, right? Halfway. Okay, so that would be normal if you would do that this way, but I want to put a decoration. Okay, it's a baby album, so I have a couple items that I want to attach to it. So what I'm gonna be forced to do to take it out, take out one end, okay, that we're gonna be feeding back. I'm gonna need to put all my dangles, all my decoration in here. want to add some pearls or what's not, so do so. And we're gonna feed it back. Okay. So now line up your tails. Be sure they're all equal. And we're kind of starting all over again, right? You can pull a little bit more. Okay. So now we are looping, we're feeding our one side of the cord in here and another one in that hole back. Okay, so that's gonna be one. If you want to put any decoration in here right now, like sometimes you have the longer tubes. Let me see if I have one. Unfortunately, I didn't find any long beads, but I found the buttons. If I want to put like a button in here and feed it through. Okay, so that would be cute. Okay, and do the same on the other side. And now you take your signature or insert. Okay, you open up it in the middle and you are gonna tie it. Okay, you have your insert in here. Okay, you can tighten it back a little bit if you want to, and you have your buttons and you have your decoration in here. Okay, so let me show you how to add additional signatures into your book. Alright, so I made 2 more signatures. Okay, and now with the same technique using paper staples. So now I'm gonna combine 1/2 of this book and 1/2 of another book. Add another string to it, just like that. Okay, so we have actually 2 books on a string, and what we do, we lift our main book and we're gonna slide one book through, and there you have it. So you have multiple signatures in the book. And if you want to trim your tails a little bit, or you want to decorate them with a bead or some charm, you can do so. Okay. And I guess that's it, right? There is your wonderful Midori book. Alright, so all the links are gonna be below. I hope you check out this journal digital file and purchase it if you like it. So again, be sure that you're going to be purchasing the one that you will be able to use and print out depending on what your printer capabilities are. Alright, happy crafting! Bye bye!